Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime 4. It's been how many years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 years? 7 years? So much longer than 6 months. I really do love the Metroid Prime trilogy to bits. I mean, I am so excited to have my final last experience with the Nintendo Switch be Metroid Prime 4, as long as it doesn't come out for the Switch 2 or anything like that. Metroid Prime retrospective in the future? Would people like to see that? I don't know. But either way, I think I'm actually just going to sit down with everyone for a minute, have a little talk with you guys, and I just want to go completely unscripted for once. This is something that I never do, of course, podcast or whatever, but I never actually unscript these videos. And the reason why I'm not doing this one scripted is because I feel like I want to make it a lot more genuine. I don't feel like the emotion that I'm carrying off will come as genuine. And because this video is going to be talking about my top 10 Nintendo Switch games. The games that, I mean, like, I've had my Switch since around May of 2017. I mean, just so long ago. I can't even fathom just how long ago that was. 7 years of my life, the Switch has just been there. And even in the background these days of me not caring about video games and then going back into video games and those first 2-3 years of the Switch where I was just like non-stop playing Switch, and I just loved it to bits. I mean, I really did love this console for a time, and I feel like I'm going to be counting down my top 10 Nintendo Switch games that truly did mean something to me. And these, I'm not saying these are the 10 best Switch games ever made, nothing like that. I'm just going to say these are the 10 Switch games that to me were the most emotionally impactful, the games that have resonated with me the most. My personal top 10. Almost forgot to tell everyone to smash that like button. This may or may not come out before the new podcast, but if it doesn't, check out the podcast this weekend. Grab a hat to a college that you're never going to go to. Put it on. Get some Mexican import 7-Up. I drank it all already, so that's why I can't drink any more 7-Up. But mentally prepare yourself for this video. Give it a like. Subscribe. Tell me in the comments what are your top 10 Nintendo Switch games that meant something to you. Let's go. Number 10 is going to have to be Splatoon 2. Now, while I would never in a million years put Splatoon 3 on this list, and while I very much have become disassociated with what the Splatoon fandom has become, just terrible people. God, I hate it. But 2018 to maybe like early 2019, I mean, I can't deny how much I really did have a fun time with Splatoon 2. As much as I don't care for Splatoon nowadays, and I really wouldn't give any of a shit if a Splatoon 4 got announced or anything like that, I can't deny that those first two Splatoon games were pretty magical when they first came out. Nothing too crazy. I mean, just fun, shooty action. You guys all know Splatoon. You all know how it works. And just, you know, Salmon Run. Salmon Run was just such a good breath of fresh air from the first game that having it in was crazy. And it was just fun that we got a second game right off the bat instead of just a watered-down port, because I really thought that they would just port Splatoon 1. But nope, Splatoon 2, new modes, all the new characters, new campaign were pretty cool and pretty interesting. But the star of the show was definitely Salmon Run. So, got to give it number 10 to Splatoon 2. Number 9 is going to have to be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, don't get me wrong, this game is literally the Antichrist, this game is Super Hitler, this game is the worst video game ever made, and yet I'd still give it a number 9 just because of so much hype. I mean, like, I hate this game, and I would never play this game in a million years. Do not ask me to play this game, because if you ask me to play this game, I will just direct you to go play Brawl, which is a trillion times better than Smash Ultimate. But either way, I still gotta give some props to Smash Ultimate just for how high the hype was, how magical it felt for just a little bit, just for a sliver of a second. It really did feel magical to be a Super Smash Bros. Fan, and no, we didn't get Battalion Wars Rifle Grunt, we didn't get Geno, we didn't get any cool characters, all the DLC characters sucked, but that was kind of a bit of the fun. what am I saying? What am I saying? No, it was awful. It was awful to be a Smash Bros. Fan. Everything sucked about this game. This game sucks. Why is this on the list? This game is the worst game ever made. Get the shit out of my fucking face. Alright, number 8 is gonna have to go to Sonic Mania Plus. Now, I am a huge Sonic fan, if you guys don't know. I really do love this franchise to death, and so going through a huge dark age where there really weren't any good Sonic games for a large couple of years. I mean, everything after Generations just felt like a misstep and a misstep and a misstep. Any good Sonic game since like Generations has just been a blur besides, well, going into Sonic Mania. And for a good half a year, it really felt like, wow, it's good to be a Sonic fan. Sonic is back. Don't get me wrong, everything was ruined once Forces came out, but this game really was a lot of fun. I really did have a lot of fun with it. And the coolest thing, my favorite characters, Mighty and Ray, actually got to make a comeback, which to me just meant everything. Mighty, Ray, Fang the Sniper, I mean, just seeing those characters actually be back meant like, wow, Sega really does give a shit about the hardcore Sonic fan. And that's pretty much how I can describe this entire game. It just really felt like a true, huge love letter to everyone who loved the classic Sonic games like myself, and just Sonic in general. I don't know, I just have good memories with this game. It really just saddened me that we never did get that planned sequel, and it ended up getting canceled or whatever, but you know, shit happens, it's whatever. They're making this new game called Penny's Big Breakaway, whatever. I don't give a shit. It's not Sonic. It's not the same. It's probably going to be good anyway, but it's not the same. You understand me? So, whatever. Number 8 goes to Sonic Mania Plus. We have to do it. We have to do it. Hardcore Pepsi Dude 32 fans might just know this one. It starts with an F, and it ends in an E. You know it. You know it. You know it. Fortnite Deep Freeze Bundle. The lore between the Fortnite Deep Freeze Bundle and me, our intense rivalry, goes back to ancient times. If you don't know, I'm going to actually finally put this story to video. I've probably talked about it on the podcast like 5 times, but to anyone who hasn't seen it, back in the day, we're talking about the OG 501 days, the Phase 1 501 days. Really early shit. I never paid for anything Fortnite related. In fact, to this day, the only things I've ever bought in Fortnite was this and the Nick Fury skin. That's it. That's it. Bought this, went home, scanned the code didn't work. I think the issue was that I registered it with the wrong account because one of my Nintendo accounts is like fucked up and doesn't work, and the other one does work. I think I accidentally registered it with the other one, but I just went to the eShop and it registered, so it probably just registered to the first account. I don't know. Something really fucky happened with it, and in the end of the day, I spent 30 bucks on a piece of paper and a box, and it pissed me off. And for like weeks upon months, all I could talk about was how much this fucking pissed me off. The Deep Freeze Bundle. To this day, on my Fortnite account, I do not have Deep Freeze. I spent 30 bucks on this skin, and I never got this or the 10,000 V-Bucks or anything. And it really does piss me off that I will never get the Deep Freeze Bundle. This all culminated and it finally ended when there was like this therapy dog that came to like our class or whatever. But it was like a fortune-telling therapy dog or some shit where it would, if the dog said yes, it would bark to you, and if it said no, it wouldn't say anything. So I asked him, would I ever get a refund for the Deep Freeze? And he just stood there. So that was the end of the Deep Freeze saga. Beyond Deep Freeze, the game that actually is subtitled, that's not the subtitle, the actual game itself, Fortnite. If we're talking about Fortnite as a whole, my entire experiences with Fortnite, God no. This wouldn't even be in the top 10. This will be nowhere near the top 10, but I'm realizing this is my experiences with Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch, not my experiences with Fortnite on PC, later seasons. And Fortnite in those early days, when Fortnite first came onto Switch, it was midway through Chapter 4, all of Chapter 5, all of Chapter 6 I played. I played a bit of Chapter 7, I didn't really care, but for all through Chapter 5 and Chapter 6, it was like every single day I was non-stop playing Fortnite. That was the only thing I was doing, was playing Fortnite, and it was so much fun. I really did love Fortnite for a little bit, and while I have become completely disillusioned with what Fortnite has become, and do not ask me to play Fortnite because I will never play Fortnite with any of you guys, I can still reminisce back on when Fortnite was good and Deep Freeze reigned supreme. Number 6 is going to go to BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. There's nothing really too insanely memorable. I guess, no, not memorable. What's the word I'm trying to look for? There's no insane story. There's no insane nostalgia, really, with BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle to me. The reason why this game is here is because it's just a really, really, really good, competent fighting game. I remember I didn't know what BlazBlue was. I guess I do have a bit of nostalgia for this game, but I didn't even know what a BlazBlue was. I walked into Walmart. It was on sale for $20, and I picked this game up because Ruby Rose, Weichny, and all my favorite Ruby characters were in. And if you guys remember me a couple years ago, I loved Ruby and Red vs. Blue. I thought, you know, those two were the greatest shows of all time, blah, blah, blah. Red vs. Blue, still amazing. I finished the show last season, still one of my favorite shows of all time. Ruby, don't talk to me about that shit. Don't talk to me. Unless we're talking about the first 3 seasons. First 3 seasons, sure. We'll still have a conversation. Season 4, I actually do like Season 4. I'm actually one of those Season 4 fans. But anything after that, don't talk to me, bro. I will not talk to you about anything. I remember just playing this game, loving the Ruby characters, and then learning through these other franchises like BlazBlue through this. And to this day, I'm still begging to play Under Night In-Birth. I don't have a PS3 or anything like that, so I can't play Under Night In-Birth. The second game just came out, which is sick, and I've been meaning to buy it for forever, just really haven't, but I've always wanted to play Under Night In-Birth because of this game. But I mainly bought this game for the Ruby characters, and the Ruby fan service, it definitely delivered. It got all my favorite characters in there. There's a cool story mode, and there's nothing too crazy about it. There's no big story, there's no big nostalgia, really, other than being nostalgic for Ruby. It's just, well, the game is really, really good. And what else can I say? Go pick up this game. It's probably like $5 at this point. No, I didn't get the DLC, but, you know, really fun game. Some of you will probably laugh at me for including this game, but I don't care. I love it. NBA 2K Playgrounds 2. Some of you might be asking, why is this game on this list, and why is it so high on this list? The only explanation I can tell you is, this is such a good basketball game. This is seriously probably the most underrated basketball game of all time. It is so unbelievably underrated. You get every single legacy basketball player you can ever think of. You can earn them, you can play the tournament mode, and then you can earn your favorite basketball players, and then you can make a team of your favorite basketball players in 2v2, and it's complete arcade style, like NBA Jam style of this crazy, insane 2v2 madness. And, you know, the characters have this, like, bobblehead aesthetic, which very much replicates the 90s big head aesthetic, and it just feels like this game is just ripped straight out of the 90s. More than having all my favorite characters, the gameplay is really, really what sets this game apart. It's great, and it sucks that more games like this really don't exist. In fact, I'm really, really, really hoping that supposed NFL 2K game that's been in development hell for like forever is similar to Playgrounds. But that might be the reason why it's been delayed and whatnot, because the reception to Playgrounds wasn't too positive, which really does hurt me. I feel like because of the big head aesthetic, people just wrote it off completely. In fact, I wrote it off when the trailer for the first game came out. I mean, I thought it was really, really, really stupid, but it was cheap. I gave the second game a try, and I loved it. I thought it was great, and I think more people need to give NBA 2K Playgrounds 2 a chance. In fact, my friends especially, I said, like, oh yeah, I played 2K. What 2K do you have? I have Playgrounds. And then they just started laughing at me because they look at this cover and they assume that it's going to be a piece of garbage, but it's really, really good. So give 2K Playgrounds 2 a chance. I'm sure it won't. Super Mario Odyssey. This just fulfilled such a huge wish for me. It's such a huge fulfillment. ever since playing Super Mario 64 as a young kid, all those years ago, it really did hurt me that beyond kind of Sunshine, they never really went to that sandbox, open world-esque type of level design that 64 was so great at. I mean, I loved 64. 64 really was, and I guess to this day still, was and is my favorite Mario game, just because I love the open world factor to it. I love all the collectibles and hidden secrets. There's just so much to that game that makes it work, and so seeing Super Mario Odyssey get revealed, it meant so much to me, seeing that they were actually going to go back to that style. It meant the world to me. I mean, this was a Sonic Mania moment, basically, but so much more. I don't really buy Mario games too much. I mean, they're all great and whatnot, but I don't really buy or play Mario games too much. But Mario Odyssey is one that I can actually go back to, and I still love it just as much as I did when it came out. I remember it was such a magical thing because my brother-in-law would come over and we would play this game together, and he bought this game for me, and we played the whole thing from start to finish, and to me, it was just magical. I don't know. I'm not sure if it can still beat out 64, but easily second best Mario game of all time. And it pains me because I really thought once I beat it, it was like, oh yeah, this is great. So then I'll wait 2 more years and they'll come out with Odyssey 2. They never did a direct sequel to this game, which makes 0 sense. You could have easily just made another one and another one and another one. The formula has been perfected with this game, and then they just didn't do it. So, regardless, as a 64 fan myself, this really does feel as the true successor to 64, my favorite Mario game. So, makes sense why I love this game so much and why everybody loves this game so much. I mean, it's been such a huge success for a reason. Great game. If you haven't played it already, what are you doing with your life? Go pick it up. It's a lot of fun. Mario Odyssey, enough has been said. Number 3, Starlink Battle for Atlas. This is going to be a weird one. People are going to say, what, a Ubisoft game? The Skylanders one? I don't think you guys understand just how much I love Star Fox. If you haven't seen the Star Fox LP or the podcast or anything like that, or know me in real life, you will not understand just how truly I love Star Fox. So I have it right here, yep. Star Fox 64 is my favorite game of all time. It really is. I don't think any game could ever come close to my just pure, innocent love for Star Fox 64. It's the perfect game. It's the only game that you'd ever see me give a perfect 10 out of 10 score to. This is still my original copy from like 2015 or 2016. Shit, I don't even remember. It's been so long. But after the kind of commercial failure of Star Fox Zero, because I have Star Fox Zero here too, Star Fox Zero to me, while I wasn't the biggest fan of it at first, it definitely grew on me, and I ended up really enjoying Star Fox Zero after a while, and I feel like a lot of people didn't give Star Fox Zero a chance. That's a whole other conversation for another day. Anyways, point is, Star Fox Zero crucially underperformed on the Wii U, and it reviewed terribly, mostly due to people who didn't even like Star Fox and didn't even give the game a chance. But regardless, either way, it didn't review well, it didn't sell well, so I really thought that the Star Fox franchise was dead and that we'd never see it again. 2 years later comes Starlink Battle for Atlas, this weird open world shooter, Star Fox type, rail shooter, Star Foxy type game. It's like a rail shooter, but there's no rails. You can go all over these planets, and it's true open world, and you can go to all these different planets. It's this huge world. It's just, there's so much to this game, and what really set it apart and what made it fun was the Toys to Life factor, that you had all these little figurines that you could buy and set up on this little thing, and you can just play the game that way. It was super fun. I mean, I really did like the figurine aspect of it, but I think the figurine aspect is what ended up killing the game as well, because I assume people just wanted to play the game. I don't think a lot of people wanted to buy a bunch, like hundreds of dollars worth of figurines. In fact, this game and a lot of the figures ended up getting clearanced out pretty quickly. So again, another Star Fox related game in a row that just crucially underperformed, but seriously, if you like Star Fox in any sense, or if you like rail shooters, Panzer Dragoon, whatever, shoot 'em ups, give this game a chance. You can get the digital deluxe edition probably for pennies on the dollar that'll come with every single ship and whatnot, which is probably the way to go. I love the figurines, but I don't know if they've gone up or down in value. They're probably getting expensive now because they're out of print. It's just, I don't know. For me, it was great playing this and just putting it in my hands and just feeling, wow, this is so good, and just the rail shooter genre isn't dead. That's what this meant to me, to show that, wow, we can have a Star Fox game evolve and work in this modern time frame, and we can have it be good, and we can show people that we can make a good rail shooter-esque game in whatever year, 2018, and have it work, and hopefully have it be successful, which it wasn't, which proved that rail shooters aren't popular, blah blah blah. I don't care. Still, as a huge Star Fox fan, this game really meant a lot to me, so Starlink Battle for Atlas, check it out, it's really good. Number 2 is going to go to a game that never got a Switch physical release, so I have the PS4 version, but it's Bleed 2. You know it. If you know me, and you know that you clicked on a top 10 Switch games video, you knew that I was going to bring up Bleed 2 eventually. This game started my love for run and guns. Of course, I've always played rail shooters like Star Fox, for instance. I always loved classic shooters like Galaga and Truxton, but the pure run and gun formula, the twin stick run and gun, my love for it started by just playing Bleed 2 again and again and again, and falling in love with these characters like Rin and the Rival that had this super cool dynamic. I mean, these characters are just so fun. I mean, the characters are great, the levels are so good, and it's just short enough of a game that I just love to pick it up and just play it again and again and again. I've played this game so many times since it's come out, and I've never gotten bored of it. I really have never gotten bored of Bleed 2. I love this game to death, and as a fun indie run and gun, I mean, this is what true indie is. None of that industry plant crap that you see promoted. This is a true story of a true indie developer that just loves video games and has just a pure passion for game design and wants to create something really good. And you can see that passion and that creativity bleeding through this game and all of its levels, and all of the excellent weapons and the slowdown mechanic and all the bosses. Oh my god, don't even get me started on how many amazing, fun bosses are in this game. There's so many great bosses. Bleed 2, if you haven't played it already, check it out. This game is criminally underrated, and still waiting on Bleed 3. And just because I got the time while editing this, I might as well give some honorable mentions to Breath of the Wild, Octopath Traveler, Super Mario Bros. 35, Mario Tennis Aces, The Liar Princess and the Blind Prince, Ninja and Clash of Carrots, and the fairly recent Another Code Recollection. And well, the number 1 Switch game on my list. You have to know it. You have to know it. Puyo Tetris. This was the very first game that I bought when I first got my Switch, and this game very much started my huge love for Puyo. In fact, this and Puyo 2 are kind of rival to me for definitely in there for my top 10 favorite games of all time. Puyo 2 more. Tetris, not as much, but dude, the swap mode is so much fun, and you're probably looking at me insane, guys who don't know, guys who aren't in the know about Puyo Tetris, but, I mainly love this game so much because my sister, for instance, who never plays video games, I mean, she really is a video game noob besides, like, Mario Party and Mario Kart. I got her addicted on this game. We would literally just sit up, like, all night playing this game every single day, and it was the funnest thing ever, actually having both of us get better at the game and just continuing and playing it over and over and over again. I was addicted to this game. I legit have probably over 200 hours played in this game. Online for the time was super fun. Online was great. In fact, it's still fun just getting into a lobby and just playing this game to this day, although nowadays you have to pay for online. Back when I started playing, you didn't have to pay for online, which is really great. But nowadays they do. So I don't really play it at all anymore. But if any friend says, you know, hey, let's pop on Puyo Puyo Tetris, hell yeah, I'll buy a month of online and play the shit out of this game, because I still very much love it. The story is cool. I love Sig. I love Aro. I love all my favorite characters. If you're wondering why it's rattling, because I bought this game. I was so OG. I bought it just when it came out. It came with the Puyo keychains. Here you get a green Puyo, and you get your tea. So yeah, man. I mean, what more can I say about Puyo Puyo Tetris other than it's the best game ever? It's the best Switch game ever. I don't think any other Switch game can rival my love for Puyo Puyo Tetris and how magical it was. Being my first experiences with online Nintendo Switch, the first kind of experiences with the Nintendo Switch community and how it was just hopping on Puyo Puyo, hopping on with my friends online and whatnot. It really did mean a lot to me, and it still does. So Puyo Puyo Tetris, that is my #1 favorite all-time Nintendo Switch game, and yeah, that wraps up our list. What's new but nothing? Another example of this dude being lazy as all hell. Bro does nothing but eat, sleep, game, repeat. And now he's being violent!
Dude, what the hell are you even doing here? All you do is just come here to complain. Do you have nothing better to do?
You have nothing better to do but sleep?
Wait a minute, since when were you a cyborg?
Or you've become more powerful than you could ever imagine, but it's not like you know anything.
Don't act like you're any better when all I ever see you do is just sneak around for food. So either get off my back,
or you will not stay in this house anymore, you fat prick.
Wow, I can't believe you'd say that. You just call me fat like that?
Look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Look, you know I don't mean it. I didn't actually mean to call you fat. Like, you know me, I like fat.
No, that's too far, man. Just get away from me. It's not like, oh, I'm only harsh on you because I want you to live better, but, you know, I see how it is. See how long you can run your life without me. It's over. I'm done. I'm leaving!
You're leaving? You're never even here!